Hello and welcome, my dear friends. Welcome to another episode where I review a very beautiful German piston filler, an iconic model, and one of my favorite colors. I present to you a wonderful Pelikan M400, the old style with a gorgeous 14 karat oblique broad nib. I was fortunate enough to find this beautiful fountain pen with its original sticker, which means probably it was not much used. I was attracted by the color of the celluloid, but also of this wonderful oblique broad nib. My friends, I paid for this 500 lace, the equivalent of 100.50 euros or 108.76 US dollars. And I told you it is the old version of the M400. In fact, the Pelikan M400 was introduced in 1982 and it was manufactured till 1997 with this logo, my dear friends. So when you see this logo on the top of the pen, let me focus a little bit. You can see it is engraved but also painted, and this logo was changed in 1997, and I'm not so sure, but the newer ones look like this, and they are more ornate in the sense that you can see at the end they have two rings. Of course, this is a roller ball, not a fountain pen, but mainly this is the main difference between them. You can easily recognize them by the logo at the top of the pen. Like I told you, an iconic pelican, like dimensions. Let me put it side by side with the much larger Pelikan M800, and you can see the differences between them. And I also have here a green striped one, also the old version, and as you can see also with a similar mother with two chicks at the top of the cap. By the way, my friends, I will leave the dimensions of this one on the screen, and I will continue my review of it. Like I told you, this is one of my favorite colors. I think that this blue is a gorgeous blue, and the design is very interesting, classic, minimalistic, but very nice. I like the fact that Pelikan is adds a touch of color to the classic of pens. I especially like the celluloid over here. The cap unscrews like this, and it reveals the feeder, which looks like this. The feeder is made out of plastic, and it has different finials, very nice. By the way, my friends, the whole nib can be replaced. It unscrews like this, and you can change it by other nibs, but also you can reach the reservoir over here and you can easily clean it. What I love about this pen and the main attraction is this wonderful oblique nib, solid gold, 14 karat 585. Another characteristic is this slight concave grip section, which feels quite nice. This one has the original sticker right over here, 14 karat oblique broad nib. For the writing sample, my friends, I have here a Mont Blanc Royal Blue ink, and I will use this ink. And I also have here my notepad, and we will try to do a writing sample right over here. But let me get to this blue striped version. It was produced between 1995 and 1997, and for me it is my favorite celluloid. You have here the green celluloid, so you can compare them, but I prefer this one. Of course, if you are like me, you will use on this one the blue ink and on this one the green ink. Let me now show you how it writes. So for the writing sample, I think I will change the angle of the camera, my friends. Let me see how I can change the angle for you to see better. I think like this. Let's see. Okay. So this is the ink. Okay. And this is the pen. I will insert the pen in the inkwell. And now I'm operating the piston like this. Now I'm removing the excess of the ink. This is not a cheap ink, my friends. And I will put the ink there. To avoid accidents, always put back the cap on the ink bottle. I don't think I like this angle. Maybe I should raise the camera like this. Let me see. Oh, here it is a perfect angle. So, my friends, first of all, the cap pulls like this. I will use it posted. And what do we have here? A little zoom will be appropriate. Let me see. And now I am ready to do the writing sample. So, Pelikan. Oh, let me zoom on the paper, I hope. Yes. So, Pelikan M400 Souverän. A little bit. Okay, Pelikan M800 Souverän. This is the old style, and the particular blue striped one, was produced between 1995 and 1997. Like I told you, we have an oblique broad nib. I want to show you. So oblique broad, 14 karat 585. I will show you the characteristics of the oblique broad nib. As you can see, I made this line here, and this is a little thicker than the usual line. And in fact, I think you can see right on the top of it, you can see the tiles. The tiles are different right at the top of it. Okay, my dear friends. So an oblique 14 karat 585 nib. Let me see if we have some flex to this nib. And for this I will. And you can see some differences. But this doesn't mean we have a flex nib. In fact, it is the characteristic of the oblique broad nib. You can see when I press it on the paper, the tiles are right next to each other, so no flex to it. We don't have a flexi nib, but we have this interesting detail of the nib. And being an oblique broad nib, it is very suited to do signatures. In fact, this is one signature. Always an oblique broad nib, you have to find its sweet spot. Now I'm doing the line variance test. So right over here, I'm not applying pressure on the nib, and now I'm starting to apply pressure. And you can see that we don't have no visible line variance of this nib. I always like the oblique nibs because they have this effect that you can see over here. Let me see. One other test that I want to see if we can reverse right with it. So here, reverse writing. And here I can recognize some of the oblique nib characteristics. And I think here it writes like an M. But definitely it can reverse write. So reverse writing definitely a possibility. And now I can tell you about the fox. I will try to write as large as I can. So the quick brown fox jumps over the... Sorry about this, my friends. I want you to see everything. So the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. As you can see, it writes quite interesting. I can't say an oblique one is for everyday use, but if you get to find its sweet spot, I think it is a very interesting nib. So you can do very nice with it. Some nice let's say variant of the letters. Very interesting. And it's nice you can use it also in reverse, and you can see the difference in reverse. It writes a little bit thicker. Very nice and interesting nib, but not for everyone's taste, so you have to get used to it. My friends, what can I tell you? If you want a very interesting pen, your first luxury pen, I think that the Souverän series, and especially the M400, would be a really nice choice for you. I highly recommend this German pen. In the wild you can find it at reasonable prices. I think that 100 euros is a good price if you find one. They usually go for 200 euros, and of course new ones are more expensive. But believe me, a wonderful classic German piston filler. You can't go wrong with a Pelikan Souverän, and especially the M400 one. My favorite is the M800, you see over here. But again, for entry level one, let's say, M400 will be a good choice. And again, if you find it in this blue striped version, I think you will be very, very pleased. Of course, the oblique broad nib is not for everyone, but you can usually find them in an F or a medium nib. So this was the review of the Pelikan M400 Souverän all-style blue-striped fountain pen. I hope you have a nice day wherever you are. So this has a little bit of problem. You can see it loses the ink flow, but it's not a really bad problem. This was the review, my friends. Have a nice day wherever you are. I hope you've enjoyed the small review of this wonderful, wonderful pen. Tell me what you think about it. I want to thank you for your time. I will see you again in the next episode. Till then, bye bye, my dear friends, and God bless you all.